Five Out Basketball, five segments, five takes. This is the podcast for NBA conversations. This is Five Out Basketball, and it starts in 3, 2, 1.
But we're going to have some fun today because it's award season in the 5 Out podcast. But we're not some boring award show. Do we have the basic ones? Absolutely. But we have our own awards as well. And I can't wait for it to have yearly traditions to look back on these award winners.
Oh man, it's gonna be cinema. I'm gonna look forward to this specific
Mm.
day of every NBA season because the award choices we have on this list are some things I know are gonna be like they're gonna be so fun to look at. Not
I know.
only looking back, but even during that time, it's gonna be so fun. I love this, bro.
And wait till we do like award predictions as well. Like start
Oh
off the
my,
season. We're gonna have some fun. I can't wait. Let's see
yeah.
how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 awards to get through. So let's get started.
Whew.
We always gotta start off with the biggest award, and that's gonna be the MVP, obviously most important one.
Mm.
And I don't know about you, Everton, but I think after last night, this award has been locked in. I don't think there's room for any more debate.
I mean, this is a round where the debates start getting pretty locked in at this point. There's only
Mhm.
like what 4 or 5 games left, or even three
Yeah,
actually for most teams. So if this guy isn't MVP yet, he's not going to be MVP at the end of the season, bro. So
exactly. So
let's just be honest.
the MVP, from what it sounds like, Everton's gonna agree. It's Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of been like that since Embiid got hurt. I feel like people were trying
Mhm.
to throw other names in, but Jokic has probably been consistently the MVP their whole
Yeah.
season.
I thought Luca made a really good late push, but when it comes to the end of the
Mhm.
season, I remember when Everton was talking about Westbrook, like when you look for that MVP moment towards the end of the season and he had that
Yeah.
historic game.
Hmm.
Jokic, it's Nuggets versus Timberwolves, first seed
Hmm.
on the line, and Jokic
Hmm.
has like a 40 bomb, like
Yeah, sealed the deal
against
with
the
that one.
best defense in the NBA, let me tell you.
Exactly.
That right there is your MVP moment. That's your Heisman moment, whatever you want to call it. That was it
Yeah.
right there. So I know Luka was making that late push. People want to argue Shea as well. The
Hmm.
conversation's done after last night. You can't make any other argument, and if you are, it's just hatred towards Jokic. It's really the only thing you can do.
Yeah, I agree. Jokic was my MVP as well. Luca, I was really pushing for it too. I'll be honest. I was really pushing. This might sound crazy. I was pushing for Luca damn near more than SGA, bro. Like I
Hmm.
really wanted Luca to get his MVP, but and even if he still gets it, I wouldn't be upset because
Oh
he
yeah,
has a
same
good
here.
case. But I think
Absolutely.
Jokic is the clear MVP.
It's just I think people get confused. Like, what more does Luca have to do to win the MVP? And it's not like that. It's just Jokic is also having an incredible season. Like, there's been a lot of times where people have produced amazing numbers and don't win
Mhm.
MVP. You can't hand out
Exactly.
multiple MVP awards. So like, this isn't like a Luca slander. And if you see it that way, wake up. What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I completely agree with that statement.
So then I'm gonna let Everton go first on this next one because this will be one of the first awards. This isn't some NBA one we stole, and that's gonna be Offensive Player of the Year. I'm actually really surprised they don't do this award. Like
Yeah,
how
because
like
like, oh, go ahead.
Okay, but like, how in the world did Clutch Player of the Year award come before Offensive Player of the Year? Like, are we serious? This is such an easy one to implement.
Exactly. Like I like that the NFL does it, even though let's be honest, it's kind of their way to say, all right, the QBs get all the MVPs. Let's give some of those other dudes some award to have. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what it is.
Uh-huh.
But nonetheless, my offensive player of the year is Luca. I mean, I feel like if he's not going to get MVP, this would be an award to give it Luca. Like his numbers are insane. We all
Mhm.
know. Like honestly, so I'll name my other two nominees. Or would you rather say your winner first?
Well, we're 2 for 2 so far because I also picked Luka Doncic for Offensive Player of the Year. Great
Yeah,
start.
made the most sense.
Love the discourse we're having back and forth. This is
Look, bro, some people are gonna start hating on this at some point. Like, yo, do these dudes ever just argue, bro? But bro,
these
it's hard.
these boys too friendly.
But I mean, bro, it's like, what can we? Who else could? I mean, okay, my other nominee was Jokic because like
Yeah.
his offensive numbers are insane as well. But 34-9-9 is still 34-9-9. Let's just
Yeah.
be honest. The dark horse, I guess, would be SGA because I feel like there has to be some sort of like love to a dude who's consistently getting 31 points, like
Mhm.
31, specifically 31. Like that's kind of impressive. So I threw him in there, but Luka's the offensive player of the year.
Yeah.
Let's be
And then
honest.
just another dark horse, just because the Timberwolves are so bad at offense. The fact Anthony Edwards can still keep
Mm,
this team afloat, I would also throw him in there as a contender, but this is Luka's award.
yeah, easily Luka's award. But shout out to the other dudes too.
Yeah. And we're gonna flip flop to the other side of the ball, defensive player of the year. And you think I'm gonna switch up on my take? Absolutely fucking not. Victor Wembanyama is the defensive player of the year. Everton, I don't always go wow, I don't always go super deep into statistics, but can I
Mm.
have a field day real quick?
Go ahead, Cook.
All right. First off, we're just gonna compare the basics before we go into the like super deep ones, but blocks per game and steal per games. Wembanyama 3.5, 1.3. Rudy Gobert 2.1, 0.6. Okay, whatever. But now let's get in the deeper one. So games with 7+ blocks throughout their whole career. Okay. Rudy Gobert in his 754 games has had 7 games where he's
Mm.
recorded 7 or more blocks. In
Mm.
Victor Wembanyama's 70 games, he has 8. Is that
Damn,
not an incredible feat? Is that not nuts? But it
that
still
is
get crazier
insane.
than that. It still get crazier than that because people
Okay.
like Rudy Gobert is a part of the best defense in the NBA and he's like the head of it. But what about
Mm.
when Rudy Gobert goes off the court? Do we ever talk
Oh, I
about
saw
how
that.
yeah, do we ever talk about how the Timberwolves are also just loaded with defenders and the Spurs are loaded with nothing? Because
Hmm.
when Victor Wembanyama or no, when Rudy Gobert is off the court, the Spurs wow. When Rudy Gobert is on the court, I'm on a stinker to start this off. But when Rudy Gobert is on the court, the team allows
Mm.
4.1 less points per game, okay? Or I don't know how they marginalize it, but it's minus
Yeah,
4.1.
yeah.
When Victor
Mm.
Wembanyama is on the court, it's minus 12. How much more of a
Damn.
defensive impact do you want? The numbers are there.
Oh,
Eye test is there. And this is the big one because you can't record this statistic like the, oh shit, I'm going to pass the ball moment.
yeah.
I forgot which team it was against. It was like 3, 4 days ago. It was a
The
3v1 fast
Grizzlies.
break. Yeah, against the Grizzlies.
The
3v1
Grizzlies,
fast
yeah.
break. And all the passed the ball because they didn't want to take the shot on Wembanyama. Rudy Gobert's bag's not like
Bro,
that. No one's like,
no.
are people afraid of Rudy Gobert? Probably, but they're not as
Mm.
afraid. Like, I think we need to stop pretending, oh, best defensive, Rudy Gobert's the best defensive player on the defensive team. Victor Wembanyama is
Mm.
clearly the best defender in the NBA, and I'm not doing this rookie BS. Give him the award.
Okay, so let me tell you this. If it was the NBA, I would say Rudy Gobert is the depoy, but this is
But
the
guess what? But guess what? Mm-hmm.
five out award
Mm-hmm.
show. Wemby is the defense player of the year.
That's
You
my
just
guy.
read
That's
off
my
all the
guy.
numbers. Now even outside of just the -4 or whatever, if you look at like the on-off numbers for Rudy Gobert, again, the Timberwolves are like they're a little bit worse with him off the court. And it might
Uh-huh.
even that might even be wrong, but the numbers aren't crazy different between him on or off. Right? With Wemby, bro,
Mm.
I'm pretty sure the Spurs go from the worst defense to one of the best defenses. Like
Yeah.
it's insane. But like you just said, with that Grizzlies play, it's a 3-on-1. Anybody who's hooped knows a three on one. If you mess that up, you're trash.
Yeah. Amen.
And
Amen.
it like there's no way you mess up a 3-on-1 because as long as you make the right passes, one of you guys is getting an open layup.
Yeah.
Easy. But when there's some 7-4 dude just waiting for y'all. And the thing I love about Wemby, he doesn't just jump at everything, bro. He's just like, all right, which one of y'all gonna shoot?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're just like, nah, you shoot. He's like, nah. Like, bro, that I don't care if that's not a stat. I seen it.
Yeah.
That's enough for me.
Mm.
So
And that's why eye
Wemby is
test
the
is so
deep.
crucial.
It is, bro, because numbers can say one thing, but when you see a dude just standing there like, nah, you go up, you go up. Like that means something, bro. I'm just saying that means something.
So we're up 3 for 3 on the same award so far. I hope people can realize that Wemby's the best defensive player in the NBA already. I don't know what we're waiting for, but I think me and Everton might disagree on this next one. I have a feeling this is going to be the one where the streak breaks because we're going to be
Okay.
looking at coach of the year. And Everton,
Okay.
I'll start off the odds. You're going to start off the evens.
All
Who do you
right.
have as your coaches of the year?
I'm gonna just be biased. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
Mark Dangle, OKC Thunder. Just strictly biased there. I'm not gonna lie. Strictly biased. This is the
I mean,
5 out award show. So I'm gonna
yeah.
pick my team.
No, exactly. Like, it's not predictions. This is what we want. Like, this is what we think it is. So, like,
Exactly.
if we were voting,
So
this is who we're voting for, not what we
this is
think is
what
going to happen.
exactly because let me tell y'all something. If y'all think the people who don't vote for awards don't have a little bit of bias, LeBron James didn't get unanimous MVP because a Boston voter voted for Melo.
Yeah.
I end my case there. Anyways,
And
yes,
then
Mark Dangle.
you have voters like Stephen A. Smith who thinks Quentin Grimes still on the Knicks.
I saw that. Like Shannon Sharp saying Kyrie doesn't have a post up game.
Why do you guys have votes?
Anyways, though, Mark Dangle, my OKC bias all the way through and through. That's my coach of the year.
Yeah, so I knew the streak had to break at some point, and Mark was my favorite for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
But come end of the season, I have to give it to Chris Finch of the Timberwolves because his team had a major injury, and especially with how bad they are offensively, to lose your second best guy, you should start falling, especially with how tight the West is. But the Timberwolves still stayed afloat, and like yes, they have great defense. You have Anthony Edwards, but Chris Finch, like being able to get Naz Reid playing fantastic and still getting consistent play from everyone all around. Like I know Jokic had like his MVP moment that game, but I think what Chris Finch has been able to do to keep the Timberwolves afloat with losing their second scorer, that's like
Yeah.
the coach of the year moment for me. So that's why, with it being so tight, that's what put it over the edge for me.
Sidebar: if I was the NBA, it would be Chris Finch.
But guess what? It ain't. This is our award show. So if you
Five and oh.
disagree, shut up. It's not your vote. Like it's
Hush
ours.
up, buddy. Hush up.
Mhm. And speaking of bias, most improved player of the year award. It's still my dog, Kobe White. I don't care about this cold streak. I still care about the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
He's most improved in pretty much every statistic. It's more than just a points per game type of thing. And I know Tyrese Maxey went to the all-star to like elite level,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not what the most improved player is. It's not, oh, who's the next elite player? It's been who's the most improved player. And that's still
Yeah.
Kobe White. We've given you the numbers pretty much every podcast. So I'm not doing it again. Watch the segments in the past if you really want to hear about it, because you should know by now Kobe White's that guy.
Yeah, I would agree. That's who I had as well. Kobe White. Me and Joey have been preaching this for a while now. Because bro, like I'm gonna just say it anyway. It's just I know I don't want to throw all the numbers at him, but
Mhm. You can
my
still talk to
man
him.
averaged less than 10 last year. Keep that in
Mm,
mind. Kobe averaged less than 10 points per game. Less than 10 points per game last year, and now he's up to pretty much what 18, 19. Come
yep.
on, bro. And his efficiency went up too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like every number, like pretty much all of his numbers went
His
up.
rebounds per game went up. His assists per games went up. Everything improved. What more do you want?
What more do you like? Maxi, again, I'm proud of Maxi. And it might have, because of Kobe's little cold streak and Maxi low-key been playing a little might make it, I guess, a conversation. And I ain't gonna lie, I looked at the odds. It's looking like Maxi's gonna actually be the winner. So, but I don't even know if this ever happened, but can someone get robbed of most improved?
Yeah, I didn't know. I don't think it's a thing, but
Like,
that's what Chicago Bulls, that's what the tagline does to them, man. It's just they're so poverty.
yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. But
Yeah,
at the end of the
talk.
day,
I'll talk my smack about my team.
is that a
Mm.
spoiler?
Maybe.
Anyways, but yeah, Kobe White's my winner. My runner-up is Maxi. And you know what?
Mhm,
Again, this is the 5 Out Award Show. OKC bias. J-Dub is also in there.
mhm. No, and he deserves to be. Like he just improves every month. Like it's crazy. I don't know how he does it.
My
But
point exactly. My point
so
exactly.
we're gonna move on from most improved player, and we're gonna go to the MIT most improved team. I think there's a lot of shouts here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're different here.
Okay. So it's me, right?
Yeah.
So I think there is two teams particularly really stuck out to me, but I'm gonna just roll with the Orlando Magic.
God damn it.
Like, okay, so it seems like you picked them too.
I did.
But
I did.
the reason why I went with them is like, bro, this team was a 13 seed last year. They were a 34 win team. This season, they ended up becoming now the season's not over. They could end up falling, but right now they're like the fifth seed,
Mm,
46, 45 wins right now. Paulo was an all-star this season. Franz is really good. Jonathan Isaac was cool when he was, when he's been on the court.
mm,
Jalen Suggs, a lot of their guys have been good this year, and it's like they're a young team. Like it's not like they
yeah.
added some superstar, some star player. Like they just gradually got better, and I think that's impressive and why I think they're the most improved team.
Yeah, I think you really got it on the dots. I'm not gonna add too much more insight on top of that, but like Jalen Suggs has legit taken an all defensive level leap this year. Banchero's took the legit got the all-star leap. Franz Wagner's right there. You just gotta get the 3-point shot going. The role
Mm,
players have all been cooking, and add the you phrased it best here. They didn't even like add like an all-star this offseason. Like if the team pretty much stayed the same outside like what Anthony Black, does he play? I don't know. So
Joe
like they didn't
Winkles.
yeah. Oh man, don't one of the best white dads of all time. But like so yeah, like the Magic, they didn't like that's most improved. It's not like they made a big signing, But
Yeah.
my other contender was the Timberwolves because they were kind of more play-in region, and now they're a 2 seed, which is a massive jump.
Mhm.
But I've been more impressed by the Magic, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen for them in the playoffs. I think they're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. My other team was actually the Rockets. Now, I get it. They didn't actually make the play-in, so that's why I gave it to the Magic. But the reason why I gave the Rockets some love, this team has been kind of poverty since they traded James Harden. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
And when they signed Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet, people were like, yo, what the hell did they just do? Like they
Yeah.
just threw their money away. But they actually genuinely had a pretty solid season. Like I said, they
Mhm.
didn't make the play-in, but Sengun was really good this year, could have been an all-star. Jalen Green had a really good second half of the season. Jabari Smith, he goes under the radar, but he's
Yes, he
been really
does.
good. He's been really good, honestly. Like people don't know he's been pretty solid. And like a lot of the young guys showed some promise this year. So I think like moving forward, if they can get more consistent Jalen Green, because if he can play like this for more than just half a season, and Sengun takes another leap, we could be looking at them potentially being on this list next year. Who knows, right? So
Yeah,
just saying.
Houston Rockets team, they're so close to being like an elite team.
Mhm.
I can't wait. I'm investing a lot of stock in the Houston Rockets this offseason.
Yeah, me too.
But let's introduce another new award. And this one is pretty much the dick eating award. But this is going to be Aura of the Year. I think there's only two contenders here. I don't think anybody else belongs in this conversation because these
Low
two
key
players are
same.
in a different level. Which one did you end up
Mhm.
going with?
Wait, it's your turn, bro.
Oh, it is. We're on evens. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
it's your turn.
this one was almost stolen last second after a logo was created for a certain brand. But I still want Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards had the
Okay.
aura the whole season. The personality's there, the viral plays are there, and just the vibes are there. And that's really the big three things that it matters when it comes down to aura. So I stuck it out
Mhm.
with Ant-Man.
Yeah, I picked Ant-Man too. Like, it's just, bro, the man's been getting called MJ all year. So
Uh-huh.
like, and we're talking about NBA aura. Nobody has more NBA aura than MJ. So if you're getting those MJ comparisons, you gotta have some level of aura. And
Yeah.
like you just said, Anthony Edwards just had the most aura. The other guy I put here, so we can have some more conversation. Now, I'm assuming the other guy was Wemby. Is that what you were
Yeah.
gonna say? So I actually didn't put Wemby.
Really?
Now, it's not because I don't think he had a lot of aura, but I figured you'd probably have him. So I'm like, all
I
right, let me
did.
let me try to go somewhere else with this.
Okay.
Tyrese Halliburton. Now, here's the thing.
Okay.
His aura was snatched from him. I know,
Yeah.
like they say, like you got your chain snatched. He got
Yeah,
his
yeah.
chain snatched. But let's not act like up until in-season tournament, his aura was different.
Mm. And
Like,
let's not forget like All-Star game in Indiana where like he hit like four threes to kick it off. That was
right?
aura. That was definitely aura.
So he had a lot of aura, then they took his chain.
Yeah. And that's
They
just the
took
world
his
we live
chain.
in. They snatched his shit, but
Snatched his
it's just
chain,
the game
bro.
we live in. But dude, I'm surprised you had Halliburton over Wembanyama though. It's just when that logo was created for Wembanyama shoe deal, I was like, oh yeah. On the solar eclipse too, I'm like, yeah, he's him.
Like I
He's him.
said, I was gonna Wemby was like I have four names. Wemby's there. I just figured you'd pick him. So I'm like, all right, let me just roll with the other person so we can have more of a conversation.
I like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we spread some positivity at the start. You'd say so, Everton, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh wait, no, I lied. I lied. I'm not doing that
There's
yet.
one more, right?
Yeah,
There's
we
only
have
one
one more
more.
positive award.
One more
Yeah, 'cause
positive
we have
before
a
we
lot
get
of
into
hating coming soon, guys.
straight negativity coming after this. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna lie.
this is gonna be the most hating you're gonna ever see in like probably 5 out history.
Like this is and that's saying something.
Yeah,
If
no,
y'all
that
been
is saying
watching,
something.
that's
Mhm.
saying something.
But
So the next
moment of the
moment of
year.
yeah, moment of the year. All right. I like this one was tough. Honestly, I
No,
was sitting here for
actually.
a while, but the one I went for was John Morant's return game.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Oh man, I like
Like
yours better than mine now.
that was like, after all the stuff that happened, the 25 game suspension to come back and drop what 34 points and the game winning late like
That was tough. That
or
was so
floater,
tough.
what everything about that. And if Ja played more this season, he damn near would have been on the Aura Award list
Oh,
too. Because
dude, I was
bro,
literally thinking about that when you were talking. Like he might have finished the season top 5 in Aura, and he played 6 games. Like,
exactly. And that just says a lot about Ja. Let's
uh-huh.
be honest. But yeah, I went with Ja. Like the three things I had here were so crazy, but I went with Jaws because I watched that whole game. I'm like, I miss this guy so much,
Yeah.
man.
I cannot wait for the Grizzlies next season. Another team I'm investing a lot of stock in. That Grizzlies team's gonna be so much fun.
Yes, it
Man, it
is.
sucks to be a team in the West. It's so
Mm,
bad.
my goodness, yo. The bottom teams in the West,
Mm.
tough.
I saw a theory where like the Minnesota Timberwolves might think about like relocating to go into like the Central or like the East, and I would totally get it. I would. I mean, they're in Minnesota. They're in the area already. You might as well.
Just skedaddle, bro. You don't want to be in the West no more.
No more. But for a moment of the year, I was really stuck in between two. So I'm gonna do my
Mm,
second place one first,
okay.
and that was Jokic's buzzer beater against the Warriors. I mean,
Yeah.
that's gotta be the toughest shot I've ever seen.
Yeah, that was insane. That was
Mm.
insane. That was a good one
Yeah.
too.
And then a third place one. I really want to do Kyrie Irving's buzzer beater because that's probably the
Mm,
most difficult shot I've ever seen in my lifetime.
yeah. Hmm.
But I have another award coming for the Aura Man because that poster of John Collins is one of the nastiest I've ever seen in my lifetime.
That was my
He
second
gave him
place
a
one.
concussion. He
That was my
gave him
second place
CTE.
one. Yeah, that was insane. That was literally my second place one because I'm like, yo, it literally giving bro a concussion is insane. Insane.
Nuts. Love the Ant-Man. Aura's there.
Yeah.
RIP John Collins.
Yeah. Yeah, that was tough. And then what did he say in the post game? Yeah, Luna. Damn, bro. Like,
I thought you were asking me what he says. Like, I don't think I can say that one, Everton.
oh, my fault.
Yeah. You
My
trying to set
bad.
me up? Like,
My bad.
no, you all good. You all good. Yeah. Well,
Oh,
Everton was trying to set me up to get me canceled, but now we're set up to hate because we just have straight hating awards the rest of the time. So, yeah, I would say crack the knuckles because it's time for some fun.
let's do it.
Let's start off with Dookie Player of the Year. Yeah, we're great people over here.
Oh
And
man.
I think there's like an obvious one, so I went with a little different one. My Dookie
Okay.
Player of the Year award was DeAndre Ayton. So, but here's my reasoning, just 'cause, like I feel like the Blazers had more expectations than my second place Jordan Poole compared to the
Mm,
Wizards. And
mhm.
I know they both got the fat bags, but like, hey, Jordan Poole wasn't afraid of no ice to get to a game. That didn't stop him.
No.
Jordan Poole was still driving those
Yo,
games.
that was yo.
DeAndre Ayton, like I know some people had like super high expectations for Jordan Poole, but it's like, be serious. Like his style of play, he can't be the number one guy. It's just not gonna work. Like, but DeAndre Ayton's like, oh, he's finally got out of Phoenix. This is the dream move he's been looking for. We're gonna see dominating, and now he's dominating the Dookie Player of the Year award race. Yeah, so
Oh,
that's my shitter of the year.
that's a great shout. So
Second,
Jordan Poole was my second place too.
wow,
Because I
how
thought
the
it was
hell
too
do how do you avoid this award?
because he's too obvious. I wanted to not pick the most obvious Dookie player of the year because
uh,
everything went wrong for Jordan Poole this year. Um, but the person I went with is also a Trailblazer, by the way.
really?
It's two Henderson.
No,
Now here's the thing.
no.
Hold on. Let me say this.
Toot
There's
Henderson getting Dookie of the year for the first time is actually hilarious.
there's multiple reasons why. The start to the season for this man was generationally bad. Like,
Yeah.
whoa. I was like, hold on.
Dude, you know
I didn't think he
he
was
made
gonna be
history,
this.
right?
Didn't he, right?
He was the first AI generated photo of someone sitting in shit.
That
He
was
made
the
history in
second
the
point. That was my second
NBA.
point.
Yeah,
You
literal
can't
Dookie.
not be Dookie Player of the Year and not your AI, like literally all of your AI pictures are you being surrounded of like poop. Like you can't not be Dookie the Player of the Year to not like come on. And then the next thing, your nickname for like because you know every NBA player is like their shit nickname. You know, like
Yeah.
Westbrook,
Uh-huh.
Stinky P, all
Yeah.
that. Way off P. Your nickname is Toot Henderson. You have to be Dookie Player of the Year. Like, come on. And then lastly, of course, dude, they said this man. One, Hornets fans. Oh, we got Brandon Miller. We're supposed to get Scoot. Really?
Yeah, I know you saw the video of the mascot earlier.
No, I didn't. What
It was
happened?
like on draft day. Like he's like sitting with
Oh,
the
that
fans.
one.
Yeah. And he's like,
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. When it happened, I'm like, damn, there's no
Uh,
way they're hating on Brandon Miller. The second thing, you know, I think Scoot's more NBA rated than Wemby. Come on. So no hate on Scoot. I think he actually will be a good player because yeah, he's had some
I'm
solid
not
moments.
time out. You can't give a man Dookie
You know
player of the
what?
year or be like, no
Never
hate,
mind.
no
We're
hate.
staying straight hate. Straight
Yeah.
hate. Dookie Player of the Year, Tootie Batootie, Scoot Henderson.
Yeah, there's no positivity coming the rest of the set, like the rest of the segment. Maybe later in the episode, but this
Yeah,
segment, the rest of it's hating.
just say it. I'll say straight hate. I don't even
Yeah.
care. I don't even care.
And speaking of Dookie, we got Dookie Team of the Year. And I want to
Okay.
make this clear. We
Mm.
do have a mid Team of the Year award coming.
Yeah.
So there's a difference between absolute dog shit and mid. I just want to make sure that's clear.
Yes. Okay. So I mean, let's be honest. Anybody who's been keeping up with the NBA, there's really only about 3 or 4 teams that are in the running. Now, for me, it's between two. So I went with the Pistons because you can't break the record for the most consecutive losses. And also, I think they just confirmed that this is the worst record they've ever had in their entire franchise history.
Uh-huh.
You can't have that sort of a season and not be Dookie Team of the Year. But I think it's almost more embarrassing to be the Wizards, and
Uh-huh.
you never had that level of consecutive losses, and yet you're still damn near as bad as the Pistons.
Yeah.
Like that's almost equally as embarrassing. And Kuz, you just don't want to be that team.
And then became that team.
Like what?
Yeah,
So I don't know what's
crazy.
more embarrassing, being the team that did it or being the team that damn we ain't do it, but why are we almost just as bad?
Yeah.
I don't
So
know. It's up to you. What do you
I'm gonna
think?
I'm gonna audible my pick because I originally thought you were gonna pick the Wizards. So I did not want to have another one of being the same. So
Mm-hmm.
I have to pick the Wizards. Like Jordan Poole and the Wizards can't both like avoid these awards. It's one of them's got to get it. So
Yeah.
it's the Wizards because like at least the Pistons they have some like exciting things happen. It's like oh yeah, wait for some development. The Wizards have nothing going
Mm.
for them. Like Kyle Kuzma's gonna get out of there. Like if your saving grace is Bilal Coulibaly, you're fucked. Like that's almost as bad as it gets.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I will say
Unfortunately,
what
I like Bilal, but
I will say my original pick was the Brooklyn Nets just because they have fucking nothing. But yeah, just
nothing.
the Wizards can't avoid this. Like I'm not Wizards
No.
fans, they deserve some shit coming their way, and so they're getting a whole lot of dookie for their
Mm.
team.
Yeah.
And and now I think this is
Oh,
gonna be the only award to not have any other nominees. I don't think there's gonna be any debate for this one because we have CTE of the year. Everton, like, how long do we need to spend on this one? Like, who else could this
not
one
even
be?
long. It's there's the only other person I had, and it's not because of really him. It's just like, okay, this is kind of a funny one. Jeremy Sohan, because you have
Okay.
to have some sort of CTE to not pass the ball to Wemby.
Yeah, that's real. I'm
But
not gonna. I was
realistically,
really nervous you're gonna say someone else, and this podcast is gonna get a little too offensive. So I'm just
oh
thankful
well,
you didn't say his name.
no. I
Okay,
wasn't gonna
just
say
make.
anything crazy.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's
Um,
good.
and then Jordan Poole. I mean, he got punched, so maybe he has
Mm,
some form of
yeah.
CTE,
Who
But
punched
it's
him?
the winner.
Yeah, yeah. Where do we even start with this one? What
I
has
don't even.
Draymond Green not done this season to like prove the fact he has CTE?
I don't know. Fight Bo Nickel,
Yeah, that's real. I mean, he fought the rest of the NBA and he gets like flagrant twos like 4 minutes in the games, like
dude.
just an actual menace.
Yeah. So if anybody hasn't caught on, Draymond was the winner of the CTE Player of the Year. If you've been keeping up, you know what Draymond's done this year.
Yeah.
My man's from having Rudy Gobert in a headlock to just spear punching Yusuf Nurkic. I don't even
Yeah.
was that like a back fist or something?
Yeah.
What was bro doing?
Did he watch a UFC
But
highlight reel before the game?
he was watching some sort of Max Holloway or something.
Mm.
Bro was going crazy. And then he goes on his little, therapy stuff, comes back. He's already getting ejected in 4 minutes. Like Draymond's just been Draymond the whole
Mm.
season, bro. He got CTE for
Mm.
sure.
If there was like a 5 out like betting book, Draymond Green would probably be like -1 a million for this award.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no question.
No, no question.
So now we've gone to Dookie, but now it's time to talk mid. And so for mid, we're gonna talk about the most average player in the NBA. Everton, who did you say here?
Okay. The thing is, this was kind of like awkwardly hard,
Yeah, no,
like to
I put in
really
some research.
figure out but I kind of just went with Rui Hachimura. That's kind of like probably a weird shout, but
That's a
like
great one.
I don't know, like he's just been mid,
Mm,
like when I think of like mid, like he's just really just been mid to me this year. I don't
mm.
know.
So I'm gonna do a little bit of spoilers for my next award. But so what I did was I took the top three mid teams I thought in my eyes, and I looked for the
Mm.
team. I was like, all right, who's the most average player on this roster?
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. I like that.
So my winner was Clint Capella.
That's
Welcome to the mid award. I hope you're proud. You're the most average center in the NBA. Like you can get a rebound. You can't really
Mhm.
score for shit. Can't really. You're an okay defender. Like when I think of mid, I think of Clint Capella.
Here's the thing. Here's what really made me think with the mid player thing. All I kept putting in my head is, all right, if this dude was in 2K, he's a 79 or an 80 overall
Yeah,
at best.
exactly.
Like that's what I thought to myself the whole time. So I'm like, Rui's definitely a 79, bro. He has to be a 79. So he's mid.
I
Simple.
think all my players fit that bill. I know one's a 77, but he's a little younger, so he's gonna rise a little bit. But so I'm gonna
Mhm.
probably spoil my next two teams. But I also had Patrick Williams and Kevin Huerter in the running for this.
I thought of Patrick Williams, but
He's so average.
I'm like, you know what? Part of me was like, Joey's either gonna bring up Patrick Williams, or we're just gonna have to not talk about him at all. But I'm like,
Yeah,
he has to bring him up. There's no
I
way.
had to.
So I'm glad you did.
He is just average at everything. Like there's not like a significant strength or a significant flaw. Like he probably should have won it, but like injuries, that's his excuse.
Injuries. He looks like Kawhi though.
Yeah, real. So now most mid team of the year. The
Mhm.
Hawks didn't win this one for me though. This one was the Bulls. The Bulls weren't avoiding this one.
Hey, I mean the Hawks won it for me, but I like I said, I figured you'd pick the Bulls, so I'm gonna go with the Hawks.
Yeah, both average, but this is a hot take. I don't think people are ready for this conversation. The
Hmm.
Sacramento Kings are going to enter this mid talk, so I have them as my third team. People
Okay,
aren't ready
so
to hear that yet.
the only reason why they won't is because the West has been so stacked to the
Mm,
point where it's like it's not that because I think the Kings have won relatively around the same amount of games as they did last year, maybe a little bit less, but to go from 3 to 8 or like what is it, 8 or 7?
it's 8, I think, right now.
8. Okay, that's what I thought. So I don't even want to call them mid, but they're definitely teetering on that
Yeah.
mid, you know?
It's just if they make the
Um,
same mistake as last season and don't like make a major move in the offseason, they're gonna be in
yeah.
the mid category. I can guarantee
Predictions will be made for sure.
it.
Predictions will definitely be made.
Agendas will be pushed.
They will be pushed. My Western Conference mid team was the Jazz. Now, I guess that's kind of weird, but like
Yeah.
they've just been mid. Like they're not,
Mm.
they've been the fine line between the garbage, like the Spurs,
Yeah.
and the good, like, I don't know, OKC and them. Like they just been
Mm.
straight up mid to me. And I
That's
don't like the
actually
Jazz. So
that's a great shout.
yeah.
I don't think the Utah Jazz like you either, Everton. Oh God.
Damn, low key. You're probably right,
Yeah.
actually. No,
Dude,
not probably. You're right.
dude, if everybody have like, if we're not actually, but if we did like a racist team of the year contenders between the Jazz and the Bucks, bro. Like,
Easy.
oh,
Easy. The
dude, y'all
Bucks,
should have seen the line in Milwaukee. Oh my, can we do a quick side tangent, Everton? Can you tell me how Milwaukee went like heading into the stadium?
let's just say, so when you're entering in the stadium and you're early for a game, you wait outside, right?
Mm,
And they start forming lines at the doors and stuff. So
multiple
me and Joey
lines.
are just standing. We're multiple lines, multiple lines. So me and Joey are just standing at one of the doors, just waiting for them. People start walking in. Start like lining up behind us.
Yeah.
We're just watching people. There's longer lines. People just kept looking at us. Nah, we're gonna wait another line. So for a second, I'm like, all right. At first, I thought it was a joke, but then I'm like,
Yeah. No, I thought
all
we
right,
were
hold.
idiots and we were in the wrong spot.
That's what I thought too. And then I'm like, wait, hold on. What's going on right now? Are they seeing the tall black man and saying,
Yeah.
nah?
And I want to make it clear, Everton was like one of maybe three people of color in that line in these lines as
Hmm.
well. So
Hmm.
racist agendas might be being pushed towards Milwaukee. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
Milwaukee, Utah, Boston.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah,
Simple.
maybe next year we'll introduce racist team of the year, but we didn't do that one just yet.
Yeah, we didn't want to go that controversial yet.
Yeah.
But
But Milwaukee,
I
we were there, we witnessed it.
we saw y'all. Don't think you're slick. We saw you.
And we have one more award to hate on. And this one was actually the hardest one for me. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm really gonna let Everton do the cooking here. But we
Okay.
have Ghost of the Year. Everton, explain the award and explain who won it.
All right, so Ghost of the Year. So this is not like you've been terrible or not like where have you been? That's literally what it means. Like, where has this guy been this whole season? Like either he's been injured or like now this is strictly for guys who are supposed to be impact players, not like the Nassus. I don't care if he's
Yeah.
not playing. He's, whatever. But like a guy who's like, he might be a good player for this team. And it's like, uh, where has he been? You know? So with that in mind, my Ghost of the Year was Gabe Vincent.
Yeah.
Let's keep in mind the Lakers signed this man 3-year, $33 million. And he was
Mm.
supposed to be a big time player. Like he had a great run with Miami, and they're like, yo, this is gonna be a good piece for the Lakers. How many games did Gabe Vincent play for the Lakers this season, bro? And mind you, in those games he played, he was hot garbage in
Yep.
those games. And after a while, when I'd watch Lakers games, I just got used to seeing bro in street clothes. I damn near thought bro was a coach.
Like Anthony Davis's whole flow.
Literally.
He stole my whole fucking flow, bar
Oh,
for bar.
word for word, bar for bar. Like, bro, like he literally was a ghost the whole season. Now, Kendrick Nunn, you're very lucky that this award, like we started this season.
Yeah.
If this was like 2 years ago, this would have been you,
Uh-huh.
buddy. Because you know what? Side tangent. Lakers, stop signing Miami Heat guards
Yep.
who are low key good. Like low key.
Yeah.
Every time they do it, those dudes don't play.
They do
Not
not.
gonna lie.
There's got to be a curse going on in LA.
I don't know what it is.
So I had a slight twist to this one.
Mm-hmm.
So injuries were in one thing, and then I also wanted to look at like clutch time moments in the NBA.
Okay.
My ghost of the year was Joel Embiid.
That's a good shout too.
Yeah, missed a lot of time with injuries and Everton. We're gonna play a game real quick.
Okay.
So the NBA, their website, they have like a clutch time, like they have like statistics for like who's like the best clutch players this season.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think Joel Embiid ranked? If you were to
Okay.
guess.
Based on how you're approaching this, he has to be like in a low spot, like something kind of low.
I need a number.
Ooh, 45? Oh my damn. 60th?
You're getting two more
Okay.
guesses.
100th? No. Last?
Okay, well, it wasn't last,
Okay.
thankfully, but 243rd, and it was tied.
Oh my
Players ahead of him were Landry Shamet, Jay Crowder, and Patrick Williams.
damn.
It was that bad, and he was going to be MVP.
Oh my, this kind of reminds me, if you've seen an RDC video where it's like, you probably top how many NBA players in the league? You top whatever that is.
Yeah.
Damn, that's what that
It
sounds
was that
like.
low. I had no idea Joel Embiid was that useless in the clutch until I saw that
Damn.
statistic. Like I know we had like the agendas for the playoffs in the past, but like tied for 243rd.
That's alarmingly bad. Like
Alarmingly
that's
bad.
alarmingly bad. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And just like that, with that huge fact, we are gonna wrap up the 5-Out Award show. What an honor. A lot of fun. Can't wait to go back on these because yeah, you should watch every episode, but like this is like start of history for 5-Out. Like we're gonna be able to look back on these episodes, start like an award book, you name it. This is where history has
man.
begun.
And we're gonna start writing down repeat winners. Like, yep, this guy won it back to back. Especially those hate ones. Yeah.
Oh my God.
For some of y'all better not be on this award back to back. Draymond, lock in because you might win this award till you retire, buddy.
We might call it the Draymond Green Award before he retires. Like
hey, that's a good idea, low key.
Thank you. And Joel Embiid, don't have another stinky playoff run because
No. And by the way, we might add some more awards to this list too.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, before we close out, we might even just say, we'll leave the generic awards for the NBA. Let's go straight meme award, like straight 5-Out awards, So that's more to talk about. This was just the start of the reign of the 5-Out awards show. I hope you guys enjoyed, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning into this segment of the 5-Out podcast. I am Joey the Master LeMaster, and me and Everton are so thankful for your guys' support. If you want to keep supporting us, please check out the full podcast on Spotify and follow our TikTok account. Both of those will be in the bio, and make sure to leave a like and stay smooth.